Going to do a thesis first.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. When you feel low, you can still go. Go, when you feel slow, you can still go. Go, when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway, and in the driveway is a nice range. 'Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. Better see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more.
Hey, hello everyone. Hope everyone is able to hear me and see me. Yes? Yes, hi everyone. Hello. Able to see me? Good evening, Praveen. Yes, please open the attendance sheets. Okay, this is one of the important thing. Okay, I forgot to actually enable the attendance sheet, but maybe give me one moment. Your voice is back again. Yes, give me 1 minute. Maybe, okay, this session I actually forgot, okay, and I was in travel. So I think that is the reason I actually missed to take the attendance sheet with me, okay. So for that reason, today there will be no attendance, but yeah, let people join. It's 91 people are watching. We want more people to join. So you all are able to hear and see me, right? Say with a yes, so that I'm okay to start the session. Or if you have any queries, we will take at 4:45. We will keep a session for 5 minutes. That will be a doubt session, right? Please time to open. Okay, yes, able to hear me. Okay, great. So yeah, so guys, for this session I am conducting live from the other state, okay, as I have told you. So this is my friend's place where I have done this setup for me, and that's how it started, okay. And I visited the Bangalore office also recently, okay, and you can connect with me on Singham for DevOps in Instagram, where I'm actively sharing all the details of these sessions, okay. Yes, great. So I don't have the other monitor with me because I have not carried the other monitor, yes, and I will be watching your chats in my mobile phone. So just make sure you are with me, okay. 115 plus people, still more people to join, but that's okay. All right, we are at 4-5, right? Yeah, Vandana has joined. Thanks, Vandana, for joining. Okay, attendance sheet not working. Okay, then give me 1 minute because I have not enabled the attendance sheet. That's what I am checking. Just give me 1 moment. I will just check from phone if I am able to open the attendance sheet for you all. Right? Just give me 1 moment. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Okay, just give me one moment. I don't have the pause option, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, no worries. Attendance sheet I will give in some time. Okay, if I'm not able to give, I will give it at last. Okay, because I cannot go to the other window right now because it will again slow the stream, which I don't want it to happen. Okay, so let's start with the session. I will not delay. Okay, yes, 133 are watching. Okay, so again, good evening all, and those who are new, I hope you all know me. I am a Praveen, and I am DevOps Engineer 3 at one of the largest retail organization, and I've started this bootcamp on June 11 for you all to get successfully placed in various organizations. That is what the aim of this bootcamp is. So we are at our third week of session, right? And this third week of session is very important because this will bridge the gap between the first two sessions and the remaining coming up sessions. Okay, so I want everyone to be focused in this session, and let's get started. Okay. Great. So this will be our first slide, guys. Okay, and as I have told you, this session is very important because I hope you have seen the last two sessions, which are on the CI, right? Continuous integration, where we have discussed about Jenkins, we have discussed about Sonar and all those things. We have seen the big picture, like how in the real-time organizations actually the deployment strategy works. Okay, but we have not talked in real, like how this Docker work, how the image creation works, how the Docker image is getting deployed into a particular environment, right? So those things we will be checking in this session, and that is why I am again repeating, this session is very helpful for you all, those who are attending the interview. So I want everyone to be with me till the end of the session. I think the people are very low now, 148. For the first session it was 450. I think 3,500 registrations completed. Now in the last session I think 280 plus people joined, and this session I see only 150 people. Okay, so that's okay. I'm still good to go, but still we want more people to join. Okay, so let's start the session without much delay. So you can see my screen, we are talking only about the continuous delivery tools, right? On the left hand side you see PCBT, right, which is like plan, code, build and test, right? And on the right hand side you see deploy, operate and monitor, right? Now you see on the plan what we have the Git, we have Subversion, we have Jira. On the build part, what we have, guys, I told you in the last session, depending on the type of the project you would decide the build tool. Okay, if my project is Java project, then I take the Maven as my build tool. If my project is a Gradle project, then I take the if my project is Android project, I take the Gradle as my build tool. Okay, yes, guys, attendance sheet will not work because I don't have other system with me, right? So that is the reason attendance sheet will not work, but don't worry, I will be sharing the attendance sheet after the live session. Okay, don't worry, I'll be sharing in a post. So go ahead and just give the live just give the attendance there. Okay, because the thing is, I don't want people to just get distracted because the stream will get slow if I am going to do something. Okay, so anyone wants to become the moderator, just ping me here. I will make the chat moderator for them so that they can also learn and help other people to learn. Okay, now, so on the right hand side our focus will be more because we are talking about the continuous deployment, right? So now we see the deploy, operate and monitor. Okay, DOM model in DevOps. Okay, so deploy, you see what are the tools here we have Docker, Vagrant, Puppet, Chef, right, Ansible and SaltStack, and these are basically deploy and operate. So when we say deploy and operate, we are actually having our application to get deployed in any of the environments through this tools like Ansible, Chef, Puppet and Docker, right? So in this, okay, Tanjil is again asking. Tanjil, I think last time you were the moderator, but that's fine. I will make you again a moderator for this session also. Yes, Tanjil, you are a moderator now, and thanks for that, Tanjil. Okay, so now again I will repeat, the deploy function and the operate function are clubbed together, right? And you can see on the right hand side where we will be talking today exclusively on Docker, guys, right? So this Docker will actually play an important role in designing your application, in actually containerizing your application and then deploying your application into the successful environments like AWS, Azure, GCP, right? Whichever the application environment you want, it will be available. Okay, and the operate, why we are telling operate, guys? Because this Ansible, Chef, Puppet, right, these are actually the tools which will help us to operate all our applications, right, in the continuous deployment form, right? So with that said, let's get started into the session. I will cover the monitoring session because I hope you know, like we have a particular sheet or the day where we will walk or talk on monitor, okay, monitoring tools. Like I have a dedicated session where we'll talk about Grafana integration with MySQL DB and all those things, but as of now in this session we will focus only on deployment via Docker, and we'll focus on Ansible. Mostly it will be a continuous deployment. We'll see how this Docker actually works. And if you see this, right, this slide, integration, right, how we are integrating this all tools, right? So at the center there is Jenkins or Bamboo, right? So if you see, we have Jenkins and we have Bamboo, where all the tools are integrated with this particular tool, right? Yes. So I hope this is very much clear, right? Going ahead, we'll see each of the things. Now I am in my first slide, guys, okay? And we will talk about why actually we went for Docker, okay? I will little bit talk about virtualization. I'll talk about Docker, but just understand our focus will be more on Docker, okay? Now let's think in the earlier days when you had one system, right? Or let's go back to 2010 when there was no containerization at all, when the organizations just deployed their application onto on-prem servers, where one server was dedicated for one application, right? So now think how it can help you when you have one application, one server concept. Let's take your application is growing, then you want to make your server also to grow, right? And let's think, if you are making your server grow, what all things will happen here in this growing part of the server? Your cost will be more, right? The space to keep the server, because at that time physical servers are there was no cloud or nothing. Cloud was just booming up, right? Every organization cannot procure that type of cloud because the cost is also important, right? So when someone asks, okay, why you went into Docker, you can just tell them because the virtualization concept, right, or the on-prem concept was having so many down issues, right? Let's take your application is deployed into the server, right? Now imagine if your application is deployed into the server, what will happen? Let's take like your application load is more, like 100 people are hitting at 5 p.m. today, and after 5:30 p.m. 150 more people are hitting the same application. Now think, if 50 more people are hitting the same application, will the on-prem server be capable of taking that load or not, right? So all those things, right, when we think about in a larger terms, in larger applications, in real-time applications, let's take Flipkart, Amazon, how they are maintaining their applications is through Docker or any other tool which will actually containerize your application and convert this application into the image and then deploy into some particular environment, okay? So now we will see why Docker. So guys, Docker is actually an open source platform, right? And you can just install the Docker. I hope you have seen the last time where we talked about the installation of tools part, right? In that there is a Docker session, particular Docker session where you can install all the Docker tools. Yes, guys, you know, right? Last time we had the Docker installed into the various system, right? So what I would recommend is, after this session, just go ahead and install the Docker in Windows or in Ubuntu or in any Linux flavor, which will actually help your project or to get the hands-on, right? So that is what the main agenda of my session is, right? So now think, okay, Docker is an open source platform, right? And actually you just think like Docker as a container, okay? And you see here, this is a dolphin. Last time I was telling whale, right? So this is a dolphin where you are having some containers on it. Now think this dolphin or the whale as the ship, okay, and the ship is having the containers, and each container is an application, guys. Let's take Amazon, okay, Amazon Pay is an application, Amazon grocery is an application, right? So Amazon grocery will have a one container, Amazon Pay will have one container, right? So these kind of things will actually help us to design our application in a better way, to serve the end customers in a better way, okay? Now think, okay, think in this way, what else Docker will provide to me, right? Docker will provide to me the ability to reduce the space in the system, and we can leverage the same image. Like you have your phone has multiple images. How you transfer the image from one phone to another phone? Guys, can anyone tell me like how you transfer the image from one phone to another phone? Let's take a Bluetooth, right? What else the scenarios we have? Please comment it down. so that I know like you all are with me, right? Last session was really very much informative. At the same time, it was more interactive, right? So I want everyone to be more listen to this session so that you give more important. Yes, USB cable is one of the option, over the net is another option. Now we have shared tabs which actually help us to transfer one image to another image. In the same way, just think, okay, you can actually give your image of the application from one environment or one organization to the other organization. Let's take you are working in India, okay, and your team is in USA. Now how you transfer your application from one particular region to another region, right? So you see something, we have public registry, okay, we have registry where actually the images, right, central repo. Yes, so what we do in the central repo is whatever the application or whatever the image which you have developed, this image you actually place onto the Docker registry. We have two types of registry. When someone asks in your organization what type of registry you have used, tell them you are using private registry. Okay, what is this public registry? Public registry is nothing but it is for everyone, right? It is for everyone, it is available for everyone. Those who are watching this live, it's available for everyone, right? So make sure you have your private registry inside the organization where you push the image. You see, developer, we 178 people are developers here, and what we are trying to develop, we have developed an application, and this application is converted into the image which is actually pushed into the Docker registry, private registry. And you see where we are deploying, guys. See, with the one single trigger, with the help of Ansible, we are deploying this application into UAT production, right? So different types of environments are there, right? So don't worry about that. And you see, Docker also provides the isolation and security, guys, okay? And I will be talking about in a single slide how we achieve the security part in Docker and how we isolate the application to application, okay? And you see, Docker provides the ability to package the application and run the application in an isolated environment. I told you, because when we create the Docker, right, Docker container, each container is different, right? Ship having multiple containers, okay? And also this will help you to actually leverage the setup in actually bigger environment and bigger organizations, okay? So I hope I am making it sense. In a simple terms, Docker is nothing but which will help your application to containerize, and it will create an environment for your application to actually run, okay? We will see the Dockerfile. So those who have any questions, just keep it with you. At 4:45 I will be open for the questions, and we will discuss for 5 minutes at the question point, right? So don't worry about those questions and all, right? And let me keep my yes, I have kept my microphone now. I hope it will be now much more audible to you guys, okay? So I hope this slide is very much clear to you. Again, I will repeat, this slide is nothing but nothing small. When someone asks, do you know Docker? You upfront tell them, yes, I know Docker. And you see, or you tell them like what things you have done. So you tell them, I have created the, whatever we will discuss in the coming slide, you can tell the people that you have done those things, because all the things are in the real-time scenarios, okay? So, okay, need more examples? One example I will tell you in this slides only, in the coming slides, so don't worry about the examples, but just understand, as of now, with the Docker, we create the image, we containerize the application, and this container is getting deployed into the virtual machine, okay? So don't worry about those things. We will go to the next slide. I hope we are very much clear. In the runtime, yes, I will tell you, Narendra, don't worry, we have a complete end-to-end flow now coming in, or else we can discuss in the project or a demo, okay? Yes, demo, we will do it at the end of 2 months bootcamp, where I will be guiding you with set of documents which have been created, okay? And you can directly go ahead and do the steps. It's like step 1, step 2, step 3, and there you go with the container, okay? So don't worry at all, okay? So be with me, okay? So this slide is completed. I'll be moving on to the next slide. I hope you guys are able to see and listen to this very much clearly, right? And this slide is very much important because we will be talking about Docker architecture, okay? So in this Docker architecture, we will see like what are the things available to us, okay? And what are the other things we need to actually know, right? In the real-time organizations, people generally ask in the questions like, okay, tell me what is Docker architecture, okay? So you need to upfront tell them it has 5 things, guys, okay? Docker architecture consists of 5 things, okay? What are those things? First, you understand, I have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go one by one, but don't worry, okay? Docker as a client, right? Docker as a client, Docker as a host, Docker as a registry, okay? And now, what is a client? If you ask me, what is a client, Praveen? Client is nothing but it's your laptop or the system or a desktop where you have actually installed the application, Docker application. Okay, got it? Client, again I am repeating, client is nothing but where you install the application into the laptop or desktop. So let's take you are installing the in the laptop, okay? You are installing the laptop. So that itself is your client, okay? So your laptop is becoming the client for the Docker, right? Now this is your laptop, and now you install the Docker into the laptop. So this becomes the Docker host. The Docker application which you are installing is actually the Docker host, okay? And what is registry? I already told you all, registry is nothing but which has both the, it is both a private and a public registry. Public registry is nothing but it is the registry which is actually available to everyone. Private registry is nothing but it is available to only organization, okay? Now let's take, I will tell you in a command wise, guys. So just follow my commands, okay, here, and follow the lines which I will be plotting onto the screen, okay? And if anyone is noting, please note it down so that it will be remembered by you all, how the actual flow starts and all, everything will be from here, okay? So don't worry about that, and just be with me, right? And one more thing, guys, if you are liking my content, just inform your friends, right? So this process we have been following from the first session. Just inform your friends and get, like, each friend get some subscribers, right? 2 to 3 subscribers. That should not be a tough thing, right? In this thing, in today's technology, we have so many platforms where we just share the URL and people actually watch that, right? So just share my content wherever you feel like, okay, yes, Praveen has told me this at that time, okay, and you are clearing your interview. That is really helpful, right? So I'll be more than happy. So what you need to do, just help your friends by sharing my channel so that they also come to know what actually DevOps is, because it's a 2 months plan and all the videos are recorded and available, so you can easily check out, okay? Now follow my lines, okay? Client, host, and registry, okay? And now follow my lines here, okay? The first line is Docker build, okay? Now it is a command, guys, okay? This 3, what I'm telling in a basic thing, okay? Just imagine we are only running 3 commands: Docker build, Docker pull, and Docker run, okay? Docker is a tool which will help us to run these commands, okay? And when we want to run, there will be a black screen coming in. That is a terminal kind of thing, okay? That's a terminal, and this terminal will actually help us to interact with the Docker host, okay? Now when we give the Docker build as a command, okay, now imagine I am typing in my screen. So okay, now imagine the scenario. I have my laptop, okay, I have installed Docker in it, okay? Now after I install Docker, I will get a black screen, okay? Whatever I am telling, just imagine in your brain that, okay, Praveen, yes, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3. So step 1 was install in your laptop the Docker, okay? Step 2, open the terminal, and you will get a black terminal in front of you, and now type the command Docker build, okay? Now what will happen, we will see, but it's not that easy what I am telling, okay? It takes time to learn everything, but we will convert this entire thing as a flow and I will show you, okay? And now Docker build, we will see what is actually doing, okay? And now you see only the lines which I will be plotting, okay? I will not go anywhere, I will not get distracted, because this one is very important for you all. Let me finish this slide, then I will take up the chat, okay? Now imagine you are at a Docker build, okay? What Docker build actually does is, I told you, remember, there is always a configuration file for every tool. In the same way, for Docker, we have something called Dockerfile. There is a file for us which I will be showing you in the coming slide, but just imagine we are having a Docker file. It's a configuration file where we write like what my image should contain, okay? Image, okay, when you click an image from a phone, what you get, the pictures which you have taken, the phone will capture, right? In the same way, just imagine if you are capturing your Docker file, right, it means in the Docker file you told that what my application needs to run. Okay, for an application, what are the masalas it needs to run, right? Let's say you are preparing Maggi again, right? So you need vegetables for that, you need masalas for that, you need some other flavors to be there, right? In the same way, for an application to run, we give all the masalas, flavors in the Docker file, which I'll be showing in a little bit of time. Okay, but just imagine when you give docker build as a command, you see the green lines, right? Green dotted lines where it is actually hitting. Okay, when I give docker build, it actually hits the Docker daemon, and where this daemon is sitting, inside the Docker host. This Docker host is nothing but the actual software which you have installed for the Docker, right? So now, correct? Yes. Now the Docker host has the Docker daemon. Now the green dotted lines actually talk to the Docker application, and what Docker build will do? See, Docker build is now going to the green dashed line, and what it is creating, guys, image. So just write in your notebook, docker build command converts the configuration file into an image. Step 1. Okay, I will repeat it again. Docker build will convert this configuration file. This is a configuration file. This configuration file is getting converted into an image. Okay, so just note it down. Whenever we give the Docker build will convert the configuration file into an image. So you see there is a dashed lines. I will again make you walk through this dashed lines, and this forms an image for us. Okay, cool, right? So we have got the image. Now you will tell, okay, Praveen, now we have got the image. What are the other steps to do? Now see, what we try to do is we try to run docker pull. Okay, docker pull is a command. So who is doing all these things, guys? User is actually interacting through laptop to the software. Correct? Yes, you are getting right. Now just imagine, right, docker pull. What this docker pull is doing? Docker pull is actually pulling the image from the registry. Okay, now think of this dashed gray lines. Okay, in this dashed gray lines, this docker pull, right, dashed lines are there. This docker pull is actually talking to Docker software, and what it's seen in the step 1, actually this will be the step 1 where images docker build is actually converting the file into an image. Now we are trying to work on that image, right? So now let's take docker pull. What this docker pull is trying to do? Docker pull is actually trying to check the image name, it is present in the Docker or not. If it is not present, it's trying to hit the registry, which can be a public registry or a private registry, and from there it is trying to pick up the picture and it is trying to place in the system, right? Now the third thing, could you please show us how to convert files into image? Very simple, Altaf. I will show you from the Docker file. Just give me few minutes. Okay, in the coming slides we have that, but this is Docker architecture which I wanted to explain you in a clear way, right? So now we are at Docker run, guys. Okay, listen this carefully because I want everyone to focus on this. Okay, now in the Docker run, what you are seeing, we will now imagine. Okay, follow the pink line completely, right? Docker run, when we are trying to do Docker run, it is first hitting the Docker host, the Docker daemon, and then you see this Docker daemon is hitting the image, right? And this image is getting converted into a container, a ship container. Getting beautiful? I will repeat again for you. Okay, right? Docker run will actually convert your image into a container. We will see all those things in the coming slides, don't worry. But as of now, if someone is writing the notes, right, just write Docker build. I will repeat in very short for you all. I'm again repeating this slide because this slide is very much important for you all to understand what it actually does. Getting me right? All are with me? Docker daemon means, Docker daemon is nothing but when you install the software, right? Docker installs the daemon which actually acts as a brain for this software, right? So just imagine, without this brain or without this Docker daemon, who will perform all the activities of the Docker, right? So you are watching me live, right? I am performing the activity for you. Let's imagine I am the daemon for you all, right? I am the daemon for the 155 people who are watching this live, right? Yes, agreeing with me, right? So again I will tell in short for you all, Docker build, it will convert the image, it will convert the file into an image. So you can write like Docker build is converting the file into an image. Docker pull is pulling the image from the registry. Docker run is converting the image into a container. Getting me? Got it? Yes? Docker pull is just pulling the image from the registry. Registry is nothing but a repository where we store all our images, or a folder. You think like a folder where we place all our images. Yes, I am a daemon. Yes, that is great, right? I am a daemon where I am driving you all. You all are my images, guys. Okay, I will give you a beautiful example with this scenario. Okay, I am the daemon for you all, right? And our interviewer is our client, correct? Our interviewer is our client and I am the daemon, right? And you all are the applications, 159 applications, right? And I am converting you all into an image, right? And where I am trying to ship you all, I am trying to ship you all in various organizations as a container, right? Example, you got it? A beautiful example. I hope I have made sense, right? Don't ask me to repeat again because it was on the flow, right? yes, that is correct, brain. Okay, so I hope I am good here. I will be open for the questions. Please ask me questions. I will be open for 2-3 minutes. We can take the questions. Okay. Okay, so once image create using built to stored registry only, right? Yes, once image is created, we actually store into the registry. Okay, and please upload this SS and GitHub. Okay, Amar, yes, I promised you all I will upload, but you know, from this Monday I am in continuous travel, guys. I visited Bangalore. From Bangalore I visited few places, and now I am at my friend's home. I am doing live with you all. Give me next week time. I will promise you all that I will upload all the documents of these slides in the GitHub along with the installations tools part. Okay, does GitLab CI and Jenkins both same? Yes, both does the work same, but the internal structure is different, completely different. Jenkins is more flexible for you all. GitLab CI is up to the application point of view, but yeah, it will also do like build, deploy, run the test cases, everything. Okay, if everyone is asking GitLab CI as a tool, what I will do is I will make a session completely for you all and show you how this GitLab CI will actually converting your application and deploying into the various environments. Okay, and we will talk about GitLab runners, how you are actually making the GitLab Docker runner, shell runner. Okay, I will tell you all those things. How the size of the container will be decided, that is, does it support scaling? Yes, scaling is supported in Docker, and in order to extend the scaling, we have Kubernetes in place. Okay, Docker का बाप है Kubernetes. Okay, Docker बच्चा है Kubernetes का. Just imagine in that way. Can we get the slides and resources? Which will? Yes, Bunny. These slides are available for you all. I will be making available by next week. Okay, I will give in Telegram, and I will give in Instagram. I will give in LinkedIn. Okay, these links. Okay, you can just follow up there. Telegram I will give you because that channel is dedicated for our bootcamp. Okay, so Telegram and Insta, don't ignore those links, whatever I'm sharing. Do follow me. It's Singham for DevOps, right? If anyone can share my Instagram link, please do share, and Telegram link also for the people. Okay, now with that said, I have completed my 2 minutes. We'll go into the next session. Okay, next slide. So guys, this slide I was talking about the Docker image container and Dockerfile. Okay, and this slide is very important for you all to actually focus. And few of you have asked me, like, Praveen, tell me how you actually create the images. Okay, so this slide is for you all. So just be with me for another maybe 10-15 minutes. Okay, by 5 p.m. we will complete this slide. I guarantee you we have many more slides to discuss. We have many more things to discuss. Okay, so I hope you are with me, right? So be with me. Okay, now without wasting much time, we will see what are the important things. Okay, so guys, people will ask in interview, what is a Docker image? Okay, so you need to make them understand Docker image is nothing but a layer. Okay, what is that layer? Layers. Okay, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer 5. These all layers are nothing but which will help your application to run properly, right? Getting me? So now understand layer 1. Let's imagine like layer 1 is actually helping your application to start it, right? Layer 2 is actually helping your application with various dependencies. Layer 3 is actually helping your application to scale up, scale down, or do some automation, right? So like ice cake, right? Cake has different layers, right? Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. In the same way, Dockerfile is a layer. Docker image is a layer. So if you see, Docker image is a read only, guys. Okay, so now why this read only? So if anyone is noting down, guys, how many of you are noting in notebook? Just tell me yes, so that I can come to know like you guys are seriously following, right? It's just for knowing, it's nothing personal, nothing. Anyways, I will share the documents with you all, so don't worry about that, right? But just imagine why this Docker image is read only. Yes, great. Just tell me, guys. And you know, good thing is, one guy, I think Hemant or someone, has sent me a beautiful notes, guys. He has written pinpoint, like A to B, what I have told, right? Pinpoint, it was really good to see that person, like he has supported so much, right? Great. So MS Word, few are noting down, MS Word, few are noting down in various places. Okay, great. Now, I will tell you why this Docker image is read only. Now, imagine you have your phone. This is your phone, guys. Okay, I cannot show you now my phone as an example because in this phone only I am watching your live chats. Okay, earlier I had my laptop, but because I am in travel, I am watching this in my phone. Okay, now imagine or tell me why Docker image is a read-only image. Anyone can tell me why this image is a read image. If I get a proper answer, I will enhance that answer. If I'm not getting that proper answer, I will try to explain you in a proper way. Okay. Anyone who can tell me like why a Docker image is a read-only image, right? So let me come back to this once I get the answers here. But now we will talk about the container. Okay. A Docker container is a virtualized runtime environment, and you see, I'm making a circle. Okay. This circle is actually the Docker runtime environment, which we call as a container, right? It provides the isolation capabilities. It provides actually what it does, right? This VM, this Docker container, actually takes the underlying host capabilities as its capabilities. Getting me? Okay, again I will tell, this Docker container will actually take the underlying host, the laptop capabilities as its own capabilities. Now imagine you have one laptop, guys. This is one laptop and you have 10 Docker containers, right? Now imagine for this 10 Docker containers, how will you actually provide the OS, how you actually provide the RAM, ROM, or the hard disk, right? So we cannot do for each application, right? That is why Docker, what Docker does is, it takes, just imagine it extracts the capabilities from the host machine and it tries to behave like a single machine in itself. Getting me? Yes, no. If you all are getting, I will definitely try to explain you much better, right? So that we cannot delete the code. Yes, because if any user tries to run image on his environment which is not allowed to modify, it should not work. Yes, almost all the answers are correct. But again, I will tell this answer, like why Docker image is a read-only image. Because just imagine when you click an image in your phone, right, and you send to some other person, some unknown person, what he tries to do? He tries to morph the image, he tries to change the image, he tries to edit the image, because image has no permissions, guys, correct? But this Docker image has some special category which will allow only read only. It will, once the image is created, no one can change. And as you all have told, this is a security measure, this is a security things. Yes, everything is correct. I hope I am making it sense. Okay, and deletion of code, preventing modifications, all those things are correct. And I give a thumbs up to you all for making sure you all are with me, right? So now we will see what is the next point. Okay, if you see, An image consists of collection of files or layers. Okay, so image is there. I told you image is a layers. Okay, and how these layers are formed? If you see the Docker file here, right, what it is happening? Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer 5, layer 6, layer 7, layer 8. Okay, how many layers we have, guys, in this file? I'm just telling as an example, but you can have multiple layers in the Docker file. Okay, and I will make you all to go through each line by line of that layer, so that when someone gives you some interview question, okay, tell me like what is a layer, and it was an interview question in Airtel for me. Okay, and I at that time I was not knowing like Docker file is a layer. Okay, Docker image has a layers kind of thing. Okay, now let's go into Docker file. Okay, this Docker file is very much important, and this file itself is converted into an image, right? This image is converted into a container. That container will help you or your application to run. Okay, now we will just see layer by layer, but instead of calling that as layer, I will just take the black headlines and I will tell you what it actually does. Right, you all are with me, able to understand? Yes, 7 layers in this file. Yes, Amar, you are right, 7 layers. That is why I don't want to confuse you all. So what I will do is I will just go with the black lines, black headings, and you follow up with me. Okay, so now we will see what actually the Docker file contains. Okay, Docker file contains some set of commands. If anyone is noting down, please note it down in your notebook. Right, meanwhile I will take some water. You can note down the same file like from whatever you are seeing in the pink color, right? Please note it down on your notebook. Yeah. Okay, great. So yes, now we are back, guys. Okay, from, right, the first important thing in a Docker file is from. Okay, why we are telling as from means, I told you Docker is a container. That container, okay, this is a container. This container should have all the capabilities to serve your application to be up and run. Yes, correct. So for that to up and run and also help your application which is residing inside to run, we need a OS, we need a software, we need other dependencies. So what we do now, when we say from, it means we are asking the Docker to pull the other image which actually is helping our application to run. Okay, so whenever you give from, okay, it means you are pointing to other image. Got it? Got it? Yes, all? Yes, no? Please be with me. It's almost 1 hour now, right? Be with me so that you all come to know like what I am actually telling. Okay, from, when we give from, we are telling that we can have the image, we are pointing to other image which actually helps our image to run, right? Yes, yes, great. So everyone is with me, right? Now try to understand what we are actually trying to do. Okay, here we told from Ubuntu 12.04. What is the 12.04? This is the image version. I told you in CICD session 2, for every application we maintain different versions, guys. Yes, so versions help us to track which application is good, which deployment is good. Okay, base image is the image of the file, image of the local machine. Base image is the OS or the base container image. Okay, so Ubuntu, what is Ubuntu? Ubuntu is an flavor in Linux. Okay, what it actually does, it gives, it is a machine, right? So yes, base image is the image of local machine, you can consider that. Okay, so step 1, we are from and we are pointing to another image. So this from is pointing to another image which is actually trying to pull your image from the registry. Okay, step 2, and here is an interview question. People will ask, hey, can you have 2 from in your Docker file? Can you tell me, anyone, can we have two froms from in the Docker file? Yes, no? Yes, no, anyone? Okay, till then I will talk about env and maintainer. Maintainer is nothing but who actually designed this Docker file, right? Because we wanted to make sure, like, when someone refers this Docker file, he or she will come to know, like, okay, Praveen has developed this, okay, Amar has developed this, okay, Arvind has developed this, right? So now environment, a maintainer is nothing but the person who has developed this file, and if it is there or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, why we use environment variable? Okay, this environment variable will actually help your application to take some of the variables which are coming from the OS level or the system level, right? So this application, let's take this application wants some environment variables from the system, right? Like proxy, or let's take like OS version or whatever it is. So we use the environment variables. At the same time, we use the environment variables to pass the value as a variable into our Docker file. Yes, got it? Yes. Now environment variable we have seen, and how we denote, guys. You see, we are denoting with an value of env. Yes, env is the value which we set or which we use actually for our environment variable. Now we come to copy, right? So here two things, guys. If you see copy and if you see add at the end, both are doing the same thing. And people usually ask, okay, tell me what is the difference between copy and add command. Okay, and they will make you wait with this question. And if you know, you can answer. If you don't know, you cannot answer. Then people will think like, ye to jhoot bol raha hai, he's telling lies, he doesn't know anything. Okay, so now I will tell the difference. Docker copy and Docker add, both are different. Okay, now you see what copy is doing. Copy is just copying the file of shell script from the system to the Docker container, right? So whenever you see a command, okay, whenever you see a command in the Docker file, the left hand side, the first value in the command is actually the value for the system, and second value is actually pointing in the Docker container. Getting? Yes? Yes, no? Please tell me yes, no? No? I think Ishak UI, one from only? No, Ishak. In Dockerfile, we have multi-stage Dockerfile also, right? So in multi-stage Dockerfile, we have multiple froms. Okay, got it? Yes. Shivam is telling no. Shivam, you can ask me the question. Like I'll see your chat. Okay, I'll be waiting for your chat. So again, I will repeat this question. Okay, many people are telling no. I will repeat this again. Okay. Now, listen carefully with me. Okay. Environment variable is a variable which will actually help us to serve our application better. Let's take, I am a variable. Okay, I am a variable, and you all are watching me live, through which means through YouTube, right? So here what happens, let's take, I am setting YouTube URL. I have given you YouTube URLs, right? How I have given you all? I have given through Instagram, I have given through LinkedIn, I have given through Telegram. So here the parameter of environment, right, is what is the applications which I have used to give you the URL. Getting me? Yes? Okay. Now we will go to the copy command. Copy command, the first one is source. Yes, Arvind, you have told correct. The first one is source and the second one is destination. Yes. Source is nothing but which is actually your local system. Destination is nothing but your container. I hope I am making it sense. Copy, source, destination. Yes, Jogi, you are absolutely correct. So people, this is our community, guys, and I want everyone to be active. Job chahiye? Yes, everyone needs a job. And you see my LinkedIn profile, my name Praveen Singampalli. I have put everything who have got the jobs. And guys, trust me, those people who have listened to my classes, they have got 3 times the package. And I will be bringing them onto podcast soon. I have not asked them yet, but I will be asking them. Okay, so make sure you are listening all the live sessions. The efforts I am putting, the examples I have given, giving the slides which I'm showing crisp clear slides, KFC crisp clear slides. Okay, so I hope I'm making it sense. Copy, I will tell again, copy source file into the destination folder. Okay, so source is nothing but your system file, and destination is nothing but your container. Okay, now we are at run command. What this run is actually doing, run is actually helping you to run some commands, right? So for your application you need to actually work on some commands, right? Your application needs some dependencies, your application needs some OS update, right? So just see, when you say run, right, okay, back, yes, okay, face not visible, I think now it will be visible. Okay. Don't worry. Okay, come, okay, okay, I hope you guys are now able to see me, right? Right, yeah, thanks for your patience, guys. Please, again, I am telling this updates, right, is killing me. Okay, and what I will do is I'll really quick forward the things, right? I don't want to make you all wait through these things. Okay, but I will definitely share the document. Okay, face में क्या रखा है? Okay, Prakash, this is good question, but okay, that is why we are coming live and teaching. Okay, so even when I am a student, I want my professor to come live or my teacher to come live, because in live people understand more, the explanation, the reaction, all the things will be more clear, right? Okay, great. So text is blurred, don't worry, it will take time to come up. Okay, I will just quickly wrap up the slides. Okay, just be with me. Okay, now we have seen what is from, it is pointing to the image. Other image, what is maintainer, the person name who has created the image. Environment, this is the environment which is actually helping us to set up some values or the variables which will be used later point of time. Run is nothing but, okay, copy, we have seen copy source to the destination. Okay, source to the destination. And run is nothing but when we try to run a command in the container. Okay, guys, imagine this, all the commands are running inside the container. Okay, it's not running outside the container, these commands are running inside the container. Okay, so when we say run apt get update, it is running inside the container. Okay, so when we say run apt get install or some other commands, pip install, we are installing Python, right? So these all things are actually working or actually happening inside the container. Okay, so now when I say cd, run cd, right, cd cd into the folder, and then when I say like Python install, so again I am doing some functions. And guys, imagine your application is, this is the container. Okay, this is the container, and under this container you have your application. Okay, for this application to talk with the outside, you have to expose as a port. Okay, so this port 48 is actually helping your application to map your application port with the container port, right? Host port to the container port is what we do, right? So imagine everything is an entity, guys. Okay, I will tell again as a layer. Layer 1 is your laptop. Okay, layer 2 is your Docker host, layer 3 is your container, right? And layer 4 is your image or the application. Now, in order to make your application to talk with outside, what we do, we map the ports of your container and your application with the command expose, right? And what is this add command doing? As I've told you, add is actually, again, it is doing the add source and destination, but in this place, add is also used in sometimes like copying, similarly copying only. But what actually add does is, let's take, you have a zip file. Okay, so when you unzip it, right, what will happen? You get a folder, right? So who will do that unzipping is the add command. Add command is similar to copy command, but only difference is add will actually help you to extract the zip files. Okay, which one has higher priority, CMD or entry point? Guys, CMD has its own nature, entry point is its own nature. Okay, CMD, when we use CMD, what you do, let's take, I am coming at CMD only directly. Okay, I explained all those things, now I am at CMD. So imagine what I am doing, CMD run.sh, and I am passing some variables. Okay, in entry point, I might not be able to do, right? I might not be able to change the environment variable which is passed to CMD. Okay, I will tell again, don't worry. My left hand is CMD, right hand is entry point. Now, in the CMD, I want to pass some environment variables which are changing through the inline command. Let's take docker build. Let's take I tell Praveen. That is my variable. Praveen is my variable which I am passing it to the file, Docker file. Okay, and where that Praveen will come actually in the CMD. Okay, at CMD Praveen is coming. Right. In the entry point, I cannot do that. In CMD, I can make the variable as per on the fly go. Right. So I hope I am making it sense. If you are not getting, I would request you all to make sure to be with me till end. I will explain again. Okay, now you see in the blue screenshot what we are doing, guys, because I told you Docker image is a layer. Now just imagine you are pulling some image here, Docker pull some image. What it is doing, see layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, and it is telling completed, right? So at each layer some function is working, and what is that function? Let's imagine 188C0 is the ID. Okay, here the ID is there, and this ID is mapping to this layer from Ubuntu image, and that is the first layer, guys. And the second layer is second ID, this one. Okay, I hope I am making it sense. So please tell me yes, no, right? And I will definitely help you all, right? And moving on to the next slide, these are some important commands, guys, where I have told you like how to actually work on the Docker files. Okay, now we will see what are each command doing, so please note it down on your notebook. Yes, great, that's really cool, right? So now we will see what actually each command do. Okay, Docker pull, we have already seen to pull image from hub or repository, right? What is Docker run? Docker run is nothing but, you see, Docker run, we are giving some name for the container. Hyphen name is the name for container. C1 is my container name. Okay, and what is hyphen IT? Whatever I am telling, please note down in your notebook so that it will really help you all in later point of time, right? Hyphen IT is interactive, right? IT, interactive, right? We are interacting with the image, or we are trying to create a container out of the image. Now Docker run, what we are doing, we have already seen Docker run. When we give Docker run to this image, it will get converted into the container. Right. So now Docker run, what are the arguments we are passing? Hyphen IT is for the interactive mode. Hyphen name is the name of the container. Hyphen D is the daemon. Daemon is nothing but in the background. If we not give hyphen D, what will happen is each command, each data will be on the screen. But if we give hyphen D, everything will be in background. Hyphen P is very important. I told you expose command we are using, port mapping, 82 host port to the container port. Let's take your application, right? Your application is running on port 80, right? And your host, your laptop or your Docker machine has 82 port. And now what we are trying to do, when user hits www.localhost/82, right? 8082 or 82, it will actually route the traffic to your application of port 80. So host to port, host to container mapping is what we are doing, right? Yes, hyphen D is detached mode. Yes, hyphen D is detached mode. Yes, I thought I have told as a daemon. Yes, detached mode, that is. Sorry for that. Yes. Thank you, Imantha. Yeah, thank you, Vishal, for that. Right. Now we are moving into the next command, Docker exec. Exec is execute, interactive mode, container name, C1. C1 is our container name. It is to log into your container. Now what is container, guys? Container is a machine, as I have told you. Now how to go inside this machine, right? How to actually go inside this machine is exec, right? You use exec as the command to go inside the container. Okay, guys, please like the video. Please at least like target will keep 150 by the end of this session, because it's 107 as of now. Please like the video, and after this video, right, after this live, when I put onto the YouTube, what you can do is at least give a comment whether you found useful or not, so that I will come to know. It's a feedback. When we do on the live chat, other people don't know, right? When we do, after the video is streamed and after the video is available to you all, then if you do a comment, it will be visible to everyone, right? So I request you all of 140 plus people, go ahead and like the video, and after the stream is completed, you can comment whether you like the content or any changes, whatever it is. Okay, it's up to you all. So exec is to log in into the container. Which container, guys? In the previous step, we have created a C1 container, so we are trying to go into the C1. Okay, backup of container as an image. Now we are at very important commands, so I request you all to be with me. Backup of container, right? Backup of container as an image. Now you see you have a container. Sometimes what happens is we actually go inside the container and we do some changes. Okay, now after doing the changes, let's take, I want to send those changes to my other team. I cannot ship my container, guys. I can ship my image only. Agree, right? You all are agreeing with me? Again, I will repeat, I cannot shift my container to other person, but I can shift my image to the other person. Got it, right? So Docker commit, when I say container C1, I will give some name, right, and tag. This commit is actually helping my C1 container to convert as a new image. You see, commit, what I am doing commit, this container is converted into an image. Okay, seeing commit. What build is doing, guys, this image is important, please check this. What is build doing? Build is converting the Docker file into an image, right? And what is push doing? Push is sending the image to the repository. What is pull doing? Pull is pulling the image from the repository. Docker run is converting the image into a container. Commit is converting the container back to the image, right? And you see Docker stop, start, restart is on the container, right? So I hope I am making it sense. If you want to repeat the same thing, please tell me, I will repeat it again. And one more thing, Docker save and load is to convert the image into the tar. If I say Docker load, right, or Docker save the tag or the image ID, then what will happen is I will save that as a tar. And if I load it, again it will come as an image, right? Did you all get this or not? Tell me. You didn't got? Okay, Arun, I will repeat again. Okay, be with me. Now what I'm trying to do is, again, listen to me carefully. Okay, Dockerfile, right? In this Dockerfile, once Dockerfile is there, the build command is converting the Dockerfile into an image. Got it? Docker pull is trying to get the image from the Docker registry. Docker push is to push the image to the Docker registry, right? Docker run is to convert the image into the container. Docker commit is to convert the container into an image. Docker save is to convert the image into the tar. Docker load is to convert back the tar image, tar into the image. I hope I am making it sense. Oh, I said no to repeat. Okay, great. That sounds good. Okay, I hope everyone is with me. We will go to the next slide. We'll see the container states now. Okay, very much important, right? And I hope you guys are with me. Container has some states, guys. Okay, and what are the states? There are 4 states basically: created state, running state, restart state, exited state, and pause. Okay, 5 states we have. Okay, I hope everyone is with me. Please say yes if you are with me. Right? No, okay, I will repeat that. I will take that question later. But as of now, just imagine containers are having 5 states: created state, running state, restart state, exited state, and pause state. Okay, when someone asks you in the interview, right? Yes, Subha? Yes, great. When someone asks you in the interview, right, Praveen, tell me, what are the states of the container? So you just need to note down, right? Create, run, restart, exit, and pause. Okay, we will see each state now with this command. I hope everyone is able to see this screen. Yes, it's very much visible to me, right? And I hope you are also able to see this screen. Now, Docker create, when I say Docker create, what I'm doing, hyphen name, what I'm trying to create, I'm creating some random thing. Okay, when I say create, what it is doing, guys, it is giving me a ID. Okay, and I am trying to create a container. Docker create, I am trying to create a container of name my container. Let's take, when you see Docker create, it is a container which is not started. Okay, it is in the created state. And if I say Docker inspect -f the my container, you say it is created. Okay, so when I say Docker create, when I use Docker create command, it means the container is just created. It's not started, not stop, application is not start, not stop, nothing. Okay, just create mode. Now when I say run, what command I use? You need to use Docker start container name. So when you give Docker start container name, it means your container is in running state. See, guys, able to understand? Your container is in running state, right? Now we will see restart. What is restart? When your container is having some issues. Someone was asking me the question, Praveen, tell me what will happen if container is down. Okay, if container is down, if application is down, you give the restart always command. Okay, restart. What is restart? Restart is nothing but you say whenever there is an issue in the container, you restart the container or restart your application. Okay, what is pause? If you don't want your container to respond, if you don't want the container to do anything, you just say Docker pause, right? Getting me? All are with me? Yes, when there is an issue in the container, it will get exited automatically. When there is a kill of the container, or when there is the application or the container itself is lost, you will say see like container is killed. Okay, all are with me? Yes, no. There are 5 states. Again, I am repeating: created state, run state, restart state, exited state, and pause state. When you use Docker create command, the container will be created, but it will be not started. When you say Docker start, it will be the container will be started. When you say Docker pause, the container will be in the pause state. It will not do anything. It will not start your application, nothing. When you say restart always or something, it will, whenever your application is down, whenever there is an issue in the container, it will restart your application or the container. Yes, exited, when there is when you have not given anything and there is a issue in the container, then the container will be exited. Okay, great. Now we are into important concept. We will see the Docker networking. Okay, Docker networking. Okay, we'll see. Yes, Docker networking. There are 3 types of networks in the Docker. One is bridge network, one is host network, one is overlay network. Okay, we will see what is what, and we will see how to create a network, how to isolate your application. Okay, got it? Yes. Guys, please like the video. Okay, it's very less likes, and people will think like my content is not good or something. So go ahead and please like it. Okay. Now, first thing is bridge network. Okay, this network is nothing but the default network of your entire Docker system. Right? When you install a Docker software gives a Docker daemon, right, and the Docker host. So this is the Docker host you are seeing. This dabba, this box is a Docker host, and this host has a network that is a bridge network. Okay, and you see host, right? Bridge network is the default network. Bridge network applies to the container running on the same Docker daemon host. So let's take, I have 2 containers, container test 1 and container test 2, right? And they both want to talk with each other. Which bridge they will use? Which network they will use? The bridge network. So guys, bridge network is nothing but which will actually help the containers to talk with each other inside a Docker host. Getting? Yes? Yes? No? Okay. Now, what is a host network? Host network is nothing but we are telling that we want to directly use the host machine's network. What is our host machine network? Let's take you are having the laptop. Now you want your containers to be in the host network, right? So you bypass the Docker host, bypass the Docker bridge network, and you start using the Docker host network, right? And what is overlay network? When you have multiple Docker daemons connected in various systems, right? Let's take there is a network, right? An office network where there are multiple Docker daemons, right? Let's take in Karthik system there is one Docker, Kiran system there is one Docker, Angel system there is one Docker, and my system there is one Docker. and we want to connect all the Docker systems together to make it a Docker swarm, right? What is Docker swarm? Where we expand, where we scale in, scale down, manage the entire Docker clusters, right? So for that we create the overlay network and we add all the different hosts together. Again, I am repeating, bridge network is for containers to containers talk. Host network is to bypass the containers network and talk with the host network directly. It's a laptop network. And when two Docker systems want to talk with each other, we want to go with overlay network. And I have some commands with me. If you want to create a Docker network, just use Docker network create -d, right? Docker 0. This is the basic command, very basic command. It will create a Docker 0 network. You see, Docker 0 network is created. So this network is what network? This network is a bridge network, which is a default network kind of. Now, if you want to remove a network, what you use? Docker network rm. Remove, if I give Docker 0, it will delete the Docker network. Now, if I say Docker network create -d overlay, right? You see, overlay. What is overlay? To connect to multiple Docker clusters, right? So what I am trying to do here, I am making this network as an overlay network, right? Here, what is my network in the first command? Here it was a bridge network, but here I am making explicitly as an overlay network. Getting me? Yes, no. 138 people are there. Please respond with yes, no, right? Now you see, let's take, I want to create an container. Okay, you see this, I am at here to create a container without start state. Okay, so let's take an example how to create a network, right, without a start state. So you see, Docker create, I am giving name of the container, and I am telling which network it should use. Okay, and you see here I am creating a network. Docker network create -- driver and subnet and IP range. Guys, someone was asking what is user defined bridge. So Bhanu Vallam, this is for you. This is a user defined bridge, and what we are telling in the user defined bridge, Bhanu, we are telling a particular subnet and particular IP range which I as a user want my Docker to use. Correct? Okay, I'm not able to speak more, but I will try again to tell you. Okay, Docker network, just remember this command, Docker network create. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying a bridge network here, right? And this is a user defined network. Okay, so what is this user defined network? See, I am making the subnet, I am giving the IP ranges. Okay, I want my entire Docker network to be present in this subnet and this IP range, right? Okay, don't bother about gateway now. We will take in another session. Okay, gateway as of now is nothing but the inbound and outbound traffic it will actually manage. Okay, yes. So now once we created the network here, the bridge network, you see what we are trying to do? We are trying to create a container on the same network, right? Okay, in the point number 4, we have created a network. In the point number 5, we are assigning the container to that network. Background music is coming. Okay, I don't have any music running here, but yeah, that's fine. Okay guys, with me 143 people are watching. I will tell again, right? In the 4th point, if you see Docker network create, we have created a network. I want everyone to write down the notes with you. In the 4th point, we have created the network. In the 5th point, we are attaching the network to Docker, right? We are attaching that network to the Docker. Got it? Very interesting, na? And if you want to disconnect the container from that particular network, we use Docker network disconnect. Okay, so I hope you have the data with you, right? So this is the bigger roadmap, and right, I'll go with this, and after that we will see how we will proceed. Okay, now this is a bigger picture for the CD, guys. Continuous delivery. This is a bigger picture. Okay, all are with me. 135 people are with me. Don't worry, I will finish it soon. Right, so this is a bigger picture. I want everyone to be with me. In the first 2 sessions you have seen how the bigger picture was, but for this session, see this as a bigger picture in continuous deployment, how it actually works. Okay, now I have an application, right, which is a Spring Boot Docker application. You are seeing this screenshot. in the left hand extreme corner, I have put a screenshot which is Java by developer screenshot. You see, this is a Spring Boot application where there is something called a Docker file at the down, right? So this Docker file actually is looking like this, which we have seen in the picture 2, where you are seeing the mouse, right? In the picture 2, what is there? From run user arg copy entry point, right? Entry point and CMD both are almost same, but with a slight difference. Okay. Now this Docker file is there. Now let's imagine again we are talking about some things. Now what is happening? Code change has been done by user. So this is the code, guys. Okay, this is the code which the user has changed. Okay, in the GitHub, right? So what we have integrated every tool with Jenkins, as we have seen in last both the sessions, right? CICD session 1, CICD session 2, guys. Okay, please like the video, and after this video stream is completed, you can just comment down on the video if you liked it. Okay, please do at least a like. Okay. Now we have the Maven, where the Maven is getting builded. Okay, build app, and you see after the Maven is got builded, we have got the jar. And for this jar, what we are doing, guys, we are creating an image, right? So for that image, what we are trying to do, with the help of what we have built the Docker image, right? With the help of Docker, we have built the image. And each tool, you see, each tool, tool 1, tool 2, tool 3, tool 4, is actually integrated to the server, right? You are seeing is actually integrated to the server, right? And now you see this Maven, Docker, everything is integrated to the server. And you see in the Docker image, right, with the help of Docker, we are sending that Docker image to the registry, right? And from that registry, right, we are using some tool called Ansible Chef Puppet, and we are deploying that image as a container onto the K8s cluster, right? Any questions? Any questions, guys? I hope I am making it sense. We have different tools. All the tools are integrated with the Jenkins, right? And each tool is doing its own part. First was GitHub, next was Maven, which converted into jar. Docker created image, and Docker, in the Docker step only, we have sent it to the registry, maybe Azure container registry. And let's take an Azure cluster only, K8 Azure cluster, and we are trying to deploy the application. Okay, I have given the stages also. Please go through the stages. Stage 1, developer commits the Java code in GitHub with a Docker file. Okay, everyone with me? Yes, guys, please. Text is not clear. Okay, don't worry about the text. Whatever I am telling, please listen that. Okay. Okay. Bio break. Okay. Yes, yes. Now, this is a stages I am telling. Okay, in 10 minutes we will complete the session. Don't worry. Okay. Okay, don't worry about that. Stage 1, developer commits the Java code in GitHub with Dockerfile. So you saw Dockerfile was there. Stage 2, Jenkins will check for the changes with webhook. We have seen this webhook part in our CI/CD session, last session. Stage 3, Maven build happens. Maven clean install. This we have seen in the last session. 4th, Docker build happens with the command docker build dot. This we are seeing today. Stage 4.1, the Docker image is created. Stage 4.2, Docker push to the Docker registry or JFrog. Stage 5, Ansible, which will pull the image from the Docker registry and deploy into K8s. So stage 5, I have already discussed in the last session, right? So I request you all to watch the last session, how actually the Ansible work. I think in the last session, just watch the last I think 10 to 15 minutes, right? So don't worry about that, right? Just watch the session completely. Okay, so with that said, I am sure that you guys have got some good insights. Guys, networking is very important, right? Docker networking is very important. So make sure you all are watching the Docker networking part, right? So definitely it will help you, right? So yeah, I will just explain the Ansible part also. I have kept this slide, but yeah, again I will tell that. Okay, so this Ansible is nothing but I have put a screenshot for Ansible to understand in depth. Just watch the last video, but as of now I will tell in a basic thing. Okay, just understand. what Ansible is doing is, Ansible is actually helping your application to get the image from the JFrog repository to the actual Azure cluster. And what the module we are using in Ansible is get URL. Okay, in the get URL place, you give the JFrog private repository or Docker registry, and you give username, password of the registry, and you say destination where you want to deploy. Okay, and with that said, this image goes and deploys. Okay, and these are multiple stages in the Dockerfile, which I have already discussed in the last session. So please, a humble request, go ahead and watch these sessions. And I am telling you guys, if you watch each session now, there will be a pattern for you. Okay, so please go ahead and watch each session, and definitely you will be job ready, and I am guaranteeing you. Many are commenting, Praveen, with 2 months what we will do. With 2 months, I guarantee you, if you don't know anything, you will be a knowledgeable person. If you know anything, you will be more knowledgeable person. If you know all the things, then also you will be a knowledgeable person, because these all are real-time scenarios. Okay, so with that said, I am ending my session here. Praveen, can you please share me the today's class slides? Yes, Manoj, this big, a little big. Okay. Today update ruined very bad. Yes. Bye, hum hai idhar, continue on your intro. Yes, great. So I think 82 people are watching me. Just wanted to inform you all that we are going good. Okay, and notes session I am not sending an email. I will create a GitHub link and I will share in the Instagram as well as on the this one, right, on what is that, Telegram. Okay, so those who don't know or don't know me, I will give a small intro about myself and we will wind up this session. Okay, for 126 people who are with me, right, so this is Praveen here, right, and I love to teach people, and from past 5 months I have been doing that, and also I have generated a good results where people have actually placed in companies like Airtel, Hashed, Deloitte, I think Infosys, TCS, some other organizations also, right, and people are continuously like pinging on Instagram, pinging on LinkedIn, pinging on Telegram, right. For all those, I would say, right, one dedicated session I will keep you all, keep for you, where we will come and talk, where we will see like, okay, what is actually we want to do when we are trying to do a job search, right, how to attend the interview confidently, how you can expose yourself to the people that, okay, I am the correct person, take me into your organization, right. So those kind of confidence you need to give, guys. Okay, and if you just see the way how the pattern in my channel is, right, you will feel like, yes, this is the channel where you don't want to go anywhere, right. So I started with giving my interview experiences, Amazon, a few other things I have given, just check that. After that, I created how to apply for the jobs. After that, I released a video on how to create your resume. I have shared 2 links where your resume score will be given, and it will also tell like whether your resume is good, bad, your resume, what enhancements you need to do in your resume, right. And then I launched this bootcamp, right. So I am making you all a job prepared people. Okay, you are knowing, right, you are understanding, you are containers for me, guys, right, and I am the daemon for you all, right. So try to understand the efforts, right, the work I am putting in, right. Even though I was in travel, I traveled to Bangalore on Monday, right, I'm still on travel, I'm at my friend's place, right. Hopefully the internet was good here. I got a table, I got a chair, I arranged myself, I got hold of 2 to 3 people of my friends, where chair is from one friend, table is from one friend, right. Internet anyways, I had good speed, it was good, or else I was thinking to have the LAN cable also to be connected, but it was good. I didn't had my other laptop here, so I managed to see the live with the phone, right. So what I would request you all is just watch the videos, be with me. I think the next week's session is on the next Saturday, and I will release the agendas and everything by Tuesday. Coming Tuesday, I will be back to home, right. Again, all the things I will be following up, right. And you know, right, you all know that being outside and managing these sessions, sending regular updates on Instagram, Telegram, LinkedIn is really difficult, and I was literally tired. Okay, but still I came, I gave life, right? I hope you guys liked it, right? And after this session, just like the video and comment on the video after this stream gets ended. If you comment on the video, other people will see. Live chat will only be seen to the people who are actually watching this as a live, right? And I want every one of you, you all are my containers, right? So go ahead and give the opportunity as much as possible, right? How are you managing time? Okay, I'm not able to manage, guys. Seriously, I'm telling, it's really very painful and very difficult to manage with this setup and preparing content, making everywhere the availability of those things, reminders sending. I am not able to do. Frankly, I'm telling, I'm not able to do. But just trying to cope up with the things, right? I'm trying to cope up with the things, right? And this week, emails I have sent to 1100 people only, because for the other server I didn't made the changes, right? So what I would request is, those who didn't receive emails, don't worry. Next week I will do the changes of the emails in both the servers, and I will send to 2500 plus people. Okay, how many hours of work are we able to do? Yeah, Amar, now it's the scenario is, I am managing time. I am spending extra time for these things. Okay, earlier I used to watch TV, I used to go out, roam everywhere, but those all times I am spending for this quality things. Okay, I hope you are getting understood. Yes, work life, yes, work life is good, and I will be sharing few things in LinkedIn about my work life. I have received award as I have attended the organization, right? I will be sharing those things with you all. So connect with me on LinkedIn. Instagram is for only to show you all like what I do, what are the updates and all. LinkedIn is professional, so I'll be sending the screenshots of my awards and with whom I have received and all soon. Okay, and I want to suggest DigitalOcean Cloud. Okay, please attendance sheet, guys. Okay, you didn't fill the attendance sheet. Okay, attendance sheet in the description of this video, I think. Let me do one thing. Yes, now I have enabled the attendance sheet, guys. Okay, sorry for that, and thank you. I think someone has reminded me. Right, please fill in the attendance, right? Go ahead and take the attendance. I think other people, okay, Tanjil bhai, a very thank you to you. I would say you were constantly helping in the last session, and this session also you have helped, and I am really glad that you are taking efforts. Okay, and with that said, I am in Hyderabad only. I hope you are only here. No, I am in Bangalore right now. So yes, Linux start karo. Yes, Linux is there, guys. A session is there. We'll be doing Linux. We'll be doing all the things, whatever you want. I'll be bringing that video, right? So don't worry about that. Only thing what I need is 117 people are watching. I will take one more minute. I have introduced myself, right? In some other sessions after the bootcamp, we will take one more session where each one of you will talk with. Okay? Yes. And one more thing, guys. 117 people are there. Let's take an average of 60 people out of you. Okay, if 60 of you get me 5 subscribers each, we will be 300 subscribers. Okay, so just get me some subscribers and tell them that I'm doing this work, I'm doing this bootcamp, I'm helping you all with the resume preparation, Instagram sharing the updates, and GitHub link I will share in the next week, where I will be putting all the documents. The slides also I will put in. Okay, yes. So yes, great. So with that said, I hope you all are extremely happy with the content what I have put in. If you have any feedback, just put me the feedback anywhere. I will take that feedback. Okay, some people are there who are sending negative comments. I'm just replying to them. I think today also one guy have sent some comment was there. I have replied to him. Again, he has sent the comment. So this thing will be there anyway, right? So I won't bother that. So what I request is, guys, go ahead and just like the video, and after the stream is ended, I'll be launching this soon. A few editings should be done for this video. I'll do that, and I hope you all are staying safe, and I want every one of you to be my container and get deployed into all the organizations, right? So with that said, I am signing off from today's session. Take care, happy weekend, and enjoy the time and learn some time for your self, right? Bye, take care, and enjoy the video.